Justin Gaethje gets annoyed when a fan tells him his favorite fighter is Conor McGregor.
What's your favorite UFC fighter all time?
Maybe Anderson Silva.
Do you vote
Conor Silva? No.
My favorite is Conor McGregor.
Yeah, why? He's
lit.
Why don't you pick an American?
I know, but
He won't fight me. I knocked out
I saw that.
I knocked out Don Cerrone, and then he chose not to.
Tired. You got him tired. You got my nigga tired.
No, I didn't.
Well,
he did that 8 days ago.
he did some crazy special things.
But
So, like, have I topped that? No. No. His accomplishments are astronomical. Almost can't repeat it. So he deserves credit for that. Yeah, he did that. He did that for all of us. He was great. But fighting-wise, like, he was really good when he was really good.
Say that to him.
That's when he was broke and hungry.
Yesterday, Dana White appeared on the Flagrant podcast and revealed that he had 2 physical altercations with Francis Ngannou back when Francis was still in the UFC. The first happened before Ngannou's first fight with Stipe Miocic, and the second took place later on when Francis was upset about not receiving a $50,000 bonus.
I guess the one I will tell you is, you know, everybody has this thing about Francis Ngannou. Francis Ngannou is a bad guy. He's not a good guy. He plays the whole, I don't understand the language, and he tries to come off like he's a nice guy, you know what I mean? And people go, oh, it's the language barrier probably. No, there's no language barrier with this guy. He's a bad guy. And I told my guys, you know, I wanted to cut him early. And 2 of my matchmaker guys are like, oh, no, you don't understand. I said, guys, let me tell you a story. When somebody shows you who they are, believe them. Believe them. And this guy has shown. So he's going in to fight Stipe Miocic in Boston. And he knows he's going to kill Stipe, right? So after the press conference, we're walking down this hallway, and he comes over to me and he grabs me. And he says, let me tell you what's going to happen. His English is great, okay? No language barrier whatsoever. When this fight's over, you're going to book me a private plane to Paris. And I said, I laughed and said, oh yeah? He goes, I'm not joking. You're going to book me a private plane to Paris. So, okay. So we go our own ways. Stipe Miocic beats the shit out of him. So that ended that whole conversation. And he had just fought, and he comes up to my office. And, you know, he's in the hallway or whatever hanging out. And I said, come on in, what's going on? And he was pissed off that he didn't get a $50,000 bonus in his last fight, that he didn't get the bonus of the night. And I said, well, Francis, you didn't get it because this, that. And he's in my office and he's arguing with me. And I'm like, yeah, this guy got this guy got that, and this is why. The conversation's over, I'm starting to leave, and he grabs me by my shirt and like pushes me back in my office. And I said, dude, get your hands off me.
Those were the words that came out of you when Francis Ngannou grabbed you by the shirt?
Yeah.
As most of you know, Craig Jones was in Jack Della Madalena's corner at UFC 322. Craig also helped Alexander Volkanovski with grappling during both of his training camps for Islam Makhachev. And now Islam says Craig needs to be fired. On X, he posted a poll. He said, jokes aside, Craig Jones needs to be fired. We have to make Australia great again. The options for the poll are fire and send 2-3 years Dagestan. Craig responded by posting this to his Instagram. In the caption, he wrote, 2-3 years in Tijuana sounds a lot more appealing. Dustin Poirier says he's working on getting sober. He posted this photo to his Instagram last night. In the caption, he wrote, been soul searching. I'm making some changes. Blessings on the journey. This user replied saying, what's the next step? Dustin said sobriety. Ian Garry ran into Belal Muhammad ahead of their fight this weekend at UFC Qatar.
Those things.
Good. Chill. Good.
Enjoy your finish. Let me come say hello. How are you? So you good? You know there's no malintentions and stuff like that. Have a great week.
Belal Muhammad says he thinks Ian Garry's wife is the one writing his trash talk lines.
Ian Garry has his next 5 fights planned out. Curious if you think he's overlooking you when he starts talking like that, or if it's just his way of hyping himself up.
No, I think he's good at like reading a script, right? His writers, his
his wife, they're all writing stuff down for him to say. So he's good at reading it, but you're not good at putting it to action. Like, anybody could have their thoughts, their plans, their future written down, but we're still in the present. And Saturday night, I'm gonna have to change the story.
It's safe to say Dan Hooker is not concerned about Arman Tsarukyan pulling out of their fight this weekend. In an interview with Submission Radio, he said that's the beauty of it though. For some reason, everybody thinks I'm I've never actually been pulled out of in my life. It must be my face because I smile all the time and have a joke with everything. I must have a hella punchable face because no one ever pulls out on me. I know some fighters that I've trained with, and they've been pulled out on in like the double digits. Demetrious Johnson feels like MMA fans don't appreciate fighters who dominate their opponents.
How in MMA do we get to a point where, you know, I feel like a lot of fans don't appreciate that? Like, it's mixed martial arts, right? Like, I'm even, you know, I'm at the arena here in Tokyo with Michael, and Michael's like, oh man, I heard the fight was just horrible. And I was like, I wouldn't say it was horrible. I wasn't horrible. I was like, one guy just got dominated. Like, we're in this age of mixed martial arts where a guy absolutely dominates somebody. Everybody's like, oh, the fight was horrible. It sucked. I understand, like you said, we want more, but you got to take it for what it is. And like, hey, that guy just way better than another guy. Like, there's nothing he could do.
Petr Yan posts footage of him preparing for his rematch against Merab at UFC 323. Valentina Shevchenko has responded to the backlash she's received since her victory over Zhang Weili at UFC 322. A lot of fans and fighters praised the card overall, especially with all three opening main card fights ending in knockouts. But the action slowed down in both the co-main and main event, which went to decisions. Valentina doesn't seem bothered by the criticism, saying she can't please everyone.
Do you feel like that mastering of the martial arts is appreciated by the fans? Because as you know, they want blood and guts and they want the war.
Depends. It all depends. It's
do
not.
You feel it? Do you feel like your skill is appreciated? Your dominance is appreciated?
It's not depends of the like because you cannot be good for everyone. Even like you can see the the highest strikers they cannot be good for everyone. There will be like two-sided who say yes, who say no. Yeah, you have to choose what you want to do. You cannot please everyone. No, it doesn't work like this. It's not only in martial arts, it's not only in MMA. You have to choose what you are stand for and keep doing being yourself. You cannot go mad on someone because they have different opinion, or because they don't have enough experience, or because they don't see and don't read they don't know martial arts. You cannot be mad about them. No, you know they will come to it. It will take time, but they will understand martial arts for this moment. But it doesn't matter at this point. It's like more yes than no. Yeah, and this is what is matter.
Jorge Masvidal says he believes Shavkat Rakhmonov is the only welterweight who can currently beat Islam Makhachev.
I feel like either one of them right now could fight for the title. If it's Carlos, I'm happy. If it's Morales, I'm happy. You know, but we also got to add the monster at that weight class, the boogeyman, Shavkat. Shavkat is amazing, and that's the only guy actually that could beat Islam. That's the only guy that could beat Islam, and he's naturally bigger, great wrestler, has an endless tank of gas, and he's not bad on the feet. You know, he does eat some shots to give some shots, but he's not bad on the feet. You know, now that I think about it, I forgot completely about Shavkat. He's been injured for so long, but he's another one of my favorite welterweights. He could be another guy that could beat him all, man. Shavkat's really good, so maybe we get Shavkat versus Jack Magdalena, or Shavkat versus one of these guys, Carlos or Michael, whoever doesn't fight for the title, because we need to see Shavkat fighting for that title.
Dana White has responded to claims that Dana White privilege exists for certain UFC fighters. On the Trigonometry podcast, Dana was questioned about Bo Nickel and why he's been given opportunities many feel he has not earned. Dana responded saying, here's the stupidity in Dana White privilege. When you bring guys in, there's people that you think could possibly become world champions. Everybody wants to become a world champion. Well, there's people that you think have a much better chance than others do. So you prop these people up and you put them in positions and see what they're capable of doing. Conor McGregor is a guy that was accused of having Dana White privilege. Arguably one of the biggest superstars in sports, let alone the UFC. Ronda Rousey, when I brought her in. Dana White privilege. Huge superstar for us. And literally launched female fighting for us. Bo Nickel, a guy that came in with a lot of heat on him. So you put him in these fights and these positions to see if he can perform. That's what you do. That's called fight promotion. Anybody that comes in with Dana White privilege, or all these other things that happen, you have a group of people, not just in UFC and fighting, but in life, that if they don't make it, and they don't get to where they thought they could, it's never their fault. It's somebody else's fault. I didn't have the Dana White privilege, and I didn't have this, and I didn't have that, and those type of people are always going to exist. Ilia Topuria will be in attendance at UFC Qatar this weekend, as his brother Alexandre is set to fight Beksat Almakhan. Earlier today, Ilia almost crossed paths with Arman Tsarukyan at the Fighter Hotel.
A ver, estabas allí, te tenía que ver, ¿no?
And that's going to wrap it up for the news. Thanks for watching. For daily MMA news and content, subscribe to Full Mount MMA and click the bell icon to be notified when we post videos. Here are the 3 top comments from last video. The first one says Masvidal is 41 years old and still speaks like an immature 25-year-old. Grow up, guy. The second one's from Martin. It says, I have met trees with higher IQ than Bryce. And the final one's from The Angler. It says, when some people get guns, they assume they're the only ones in the world with one. Those were the 3 top comments from last video. If you want to be featured in the next one, all you have to do is comment down below. And if you missed yesterday's news, click the video on screen right now to get caught up.